Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 reasons why I am losing weight and doing it stress-free. So if that intrigues you, come along for the ride and let's find out what they are. Reason number 1 is definitely a shift in my mindset. My previous mindset has always been bulk, get as big as you can, and then cut down and just see how much muscle I put on and try to reach that bodybuilder level physique. Um, that was the mindset. Honestly, all it ever did for me was get me fat, get me stressed, and honestly brought on a lot of aches and pains. Now, that being said, if I'm sure there are better ways to go about it, and there are more successful ways. And I mean, if you look at bodybuilders, yeah, they might not be the healthiest, but they have to go to an extreme for their sport. So it's understandable that they have some give and takes. Whereas I wasn't doing it for sport. I wasn't trying to compete. I literally just wanted my physique to look a certain way. And recently, honestly, within the past month, not even since I've started this journey, much more recently, my mindset has really shifted to where I've come to terms with being smaller. So, like downsizing, maybe losing some muscle, and just trying to lean down. Because one, I feel like losing weight is definitely going to benefit me in terms of energy, in terms of hormone levels, in terms of inflammation and aches and pains. There's so many things that just dropping some weight will benefit me. And I've already noticed some already. Like my elbow used to be so inflamed all of the time. And recently, I honestly think it was like 2 days ago, I was like, hey, you know what? My elbow hasn't been bothering me really at all lately, even when I'm training. So I've seen benefits. I've seen what leaning down can do. And honestly, at this point, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I'm not trying to be on stage. So I've come to the realization that, you know what, let's go about it in a much slower, controlled way and just see where it takes us. I don't have a rush to get into this amazing shape. I don't have to. So it's really just for my own benefit to just take things a little bit slower and just yeah. So number one is definitely shifting the mindset to something more realistic, something more in line with my actual goals, because I never wanted to really be a bodybuilder, which I think is why I just constantly failed after failing. If you have that strong want and desire to compete, to be at the top of the game, you're going to, make a lot more sacrifices and do a lot more to get to that end goal. And I don't think I had it. I don't think I wanted it that bad. It was really just like chasing an aesthetic look. So reason number 2 is going to be taking things slow and having a nice balanced approach to the lifestyle changes. So I touched on this a little bit in reason number 1, but we're going to dive into it a little bit more right now. So with the balanced approach, so my approach before was very much all or nothing. So I would kind of not be focusing on anything, and then all of a sudden I'd get motivated and I'd be like, okay, we need to dial it in. I would start tracking. I would start like making sure that my cardio was on point. I would start working out and doing like full hour-long workouts 5 days a week, 6 days a week, however consistent I could be without being too sore to do them. That was very much my approach before. Now we've taken it a lot slower. We aimed at protein. We aimed at total calories, just kind of keeping an eye on what we're taking in a day. We do our consistent cardio and our walks and everything. Nutrition has not been like extremely dialed in, where we have our basic, very low balled protein goal, and then we have hydration, and we have rest. Those are the things that I focus on in terms of like nutrition and recovery. So it's become a lot easier to just hit those, and it's become a lot easier to just stay consistent with those. And then as well, I honestly haven't failed at them. So there hasn't been that like, oh, I'm failing, I want to give up, and then I just quit. So it's a lot slower, but at the same time, over time, it's going to be a lot easier to maintain because I'm putting the habits in place now very slowly, very progressively, and just slowly kind of ramping up. Um, and it just makes things a lot more manageable. So we take it slow, we keep it balanced to make sure that I can handle all of the normal responsibilities that I have while just slowly stacking other habits and good healthy habits into the mix. So that is reason number 2. Reason number 3 is going to be cardio. So now obviously for weight loss, it's more so about being in a calorie deficit. Like you need to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. But but by incorporating the 2 run days, my daily walks for just daily activity, um, it makes it so much easier for me to maintain my weight or maintain the deficit. So there's honestly, I don't have any specific days where I have low days and maintenance days. It's just kind of like how I'm feeling. I eat when I'm hungry. I try not to snack a bunch. I'll just have my meals. And then if I'm really craving something, I'll allow myself to have just a normal serving size and leave it at that. But yeah, cardio I think has really been like the big game changer. And it's something that my walks have always kind of been consistent. But other than that, I've honestly never really done cardio. And right now, my body has finally caught up to my actual cardio capacity here. So it's no longer my legs giving out or my lower back giving out. It's actually just as much my actual cardio as it is those other factors. So now we're pushing cardio a lot harder, and we're getting into a much higher heart rate zone. So I think that has been extremely beneficial, um, in terms of like weight maintenance. So those are kind of the 3 reasons I feel like I am just able to be dropping weight right now while keeping it pretty stress free. We don't have a ton of things that we're stressing about and focusing on and trying to hit. It's really just 1, 2, 3 things. And then once those things are kind of mastered and more so subconscious as opposed to focused on, then I just slowly add something else that's beneficial. And that has been the game plan. And it's been fantastic. Like I feel so different doing it this time than past attempts at dropping weight. So with all that being said, obviously consistency is key. So be consistent and just enjoy the journey because it turns out that you can. It definitely hasn't felt like it in the past, but lately I've been feeling like I've been able to just like enjoy life and not feel like I have to restrict myself so much that I'm losing all excitement. So those are the 3 things. Hopefully you found them useful. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, as it goes a long way with the algorithm. Also, comment, share, those are fantastic. And then lastly, but certainly not least, if you could subscribe to the channel and turn the notifications on, because we are growing and I really want to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, and we're at 815, so we're getting there. We're getting there. But the more people that subscribe, there's a lot of people that do not subscribe, that have watched the videos. So Hopefully you're enjoying them, and give it a subscribe. That being said, that is really all I wanted to say today. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video.